bros being bros. All right, everybody. This is the second official episode of Rollin with Bossi Vans.
Yeah.
Now, we were planning this. We were just talking like 5 minutes ago. We're like, hey, what are we going to talk about? But then we remembered last episode, hey, we're going to talk about the build process. We're going to talk about, hey, if somebody's getting into the van industry or they're just curious about it, what's the best route to go? You got so many options out there. You've got so many builders. Do I do it myself? You know, am I going to go with the cheaper version of the van? Am I going to go the middle tier version of the van, which everybody knows is the Ford? Or do I go with the high quality, high value, badass four-wheel drive Sprinter that just looks amazing? What are people going to do? What are you used to? And how do you typically deal with customers that come to you and ask that question?
Well, pretty much, I've pretty much have nothing. Honestly, 90% of them have been Sprinters. So we were originally just a Sprinter van conversion company.
And we have nothing against those other.
Yeah, kind of like what I told you in the last episode, that I was doing a resale on it, and I know that the Sprinters has a higher resale, so we were kind of just going that route first. But yeah, working on, I have specifically done pretty much just Sprinters.
Yes.
But I have just finished a Dodge, and it came out amazing. We did some work on a few Fords. So
now let me ask you this: what do you notice build quality wise, from a Dodge where you can pick one up for $25,000 to $40,000, a Ford Transit, which you have built too, which is that middle tier range from $40,000 to $60,000, and then you got top of the line those Sprinters. If they're getting them brand new, they're anywhere from $65,000 to $85,000. Yeah. What have you noticed personally? Well,
nothing on the Ford or Dodge. I just feel that working on all the three different chassis that Mercedes is built, how should I say it, stronger? I don't know. You can just tell. You can tell working on it. Even like some of the.
It's the German built engineering.
Yeah, it's definitely
so
higher end.
You think
you
the quality?
can tell by just.
You think the quality's better?
Oh, totally, and you can just tell by just the metal itself when you're drilling into it, like how. It feels sometimes a little bit flimsier or something.
Which you've experienced.
Which I've experienced with some of the other
ProMasters and Fords.
Yeah. So and I could tell. So what we have to do is nothing on them, but we have to kind of beef it up and make it stronger ourselves.
Yes.
So which I don't feel we have to do it as much with Mercedes.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is that when you're coming into this as a consumer, if you're trying to tap into this industry, hey, am I going to sell this 5-10 years down the road? Just like a house, right? Yeah. Am I going to put, a lot of money in this, and do I want equity and value out of it? Yeah. I guess what you put into it is what you get out of it. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, yeah, sort of. But and not everybody can actually afford the higher end
that's true
Mercedes.
Too.
So you can get a Dodge and build a great van. I mean, don't get me wrong.
And we've seen some beautiful ones.
Yeah, and we go to the shows and we've seen some really nice.
And we've built beautiful Dodges too.
So it's it comes down to personally, my preference is if you can afford the higher end, the Mercedes, then do it. It's almost like anything. It's just like you're going to kind of get what you pay for, but not everybody has that option, and not everybody wants to do it, and a lot of people don't want to spend a crap load of money and do it. So it all depends what their wants and needs are.
Yeah, and I guess it really depends too. Here talking, that made me think. It really just depends on what you're going to use it for. Like, hey, is this? I just sold my house and I'm going to go completely live in this off, on the road, or is it? Hey, I just want this as a little weekender, like putt around. Like, I don't want to put too much into it. If that's the case, hey, go with the thing that makes most sense to you.
Yeah.
If you're only going to use it a couple times a month, then there's no reason to go spend that, that copious amount. But I guess it really just depends where you're at, in life and the situation. So, I guess how would you go about that? Let's just say, hey, hey Dave, I want to buy a van. I've only got, this amount of money, but I'm going to go live in this, and I'm going to go, I'm actually not going to live in it. I'm going to go around for the winter, but, I need something that's going to be able to, go through the mountains and, but I'm probably going to sell it in 2 years. What would your recommendation be for me?
Then, of course, I would always steer you towards getting the Mercedes because you're looking at a resale. You're looking at And we all know if you go to the van shows, 90% of the builds are all Sprinter vans.
Yeah.
Because they know that that's where the resale's at. So
Yeah.
so if that's kind of like in your, we talk to, we sit down, we talk with customers, and I'm going to build you whatever you want. But I'm, like I said, I'm going to steer you to something of a little bit more quality if you can.
Yeah.
And if you can't, you can't. And we're going to, work with what you have. But
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're looking at to sell it, or if you're like already planning and within a couple of years, like, hey, I'm going to sell it, then of course I'm going to try to steer you into the higher. It's a higher end. Yeah, it costs more money, but then in the long run, you're probably going to make some money on it.
Yeah, that's true. And let me ask you this:
It definitely doesn't lose the value.
What do you see now? Now, there's not too many companies out there per se, that have tapped into this Sprinter or this van industry, like Jeepers have a crazy amount of different companies that make different types of bumpers, lift kits, suspension. Do you see more companies do more modifications per se for Sprinter, Dodge, or the Fords?
That's true. That's the another thing is the manufacturers are pretty much building, majority of it is for Sprinter vans. Mm-hmm. And yeah, they do say, hey, we have stuff coming out for Ford. Yeah, we have some. But the market's really not there, so why are they going to emphasize some of these bigger companies? Like, I don't know if Owl, those guys have something out.
I think they just dropped a new line for their Ford Transit, actually.
So they're doing it for Ford, but they haven't built anything for Dodge.
Yeah, so I guess
that just kind of shows you
yeah,
where the market's at, because they're not going to waste their time for, hey, we got just a handful of people who want a couple things.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it is a business.
Correct.
I guess fortunately, you can say fortunately and unfortunately too at the same time. Some people might not, if they do have, those vans, you might not be able to get. And sometimes I've seen it myself. We actually have our worker. He drives a '97 GMC. What is it? A GMC? I don't know, some type of van.
350 E-Flow, Econoline.
No, that's a Ford. That's a Ford.
Okay,
He drives a
like that.
GMC, like, I don't know, but anyways, but he had to go personally to a not a manufacturer, but a what is it called?
Kind of an in-house guy that can fabricate.
Like Brent, like we have a guy that not manufacturers, but I'm blanking right now.
Custom fabricate
a fabricator.
Fabricate stuff.
A guy that fabricates stuff for us, so he had to go and get
a Brent.
Yeah. So I mean, we
could
yeah. What up, Brent? Brent Boggs, the man. But that's always an option too, where it'd have to be a custom one-off piece, but it's going to cost a little bit, but it's not impossible.
Yeah, totally.
For those Dodge ProMasters and Fords.
And kind of like my builds, where I'm a custom van builder. I have Brent who can actually customize stuff for people too. So
yeah, and we do custom racks. We do full in-house custom racks, which I think are pretty badass. Now mine, if you look on our website, the first two were custom racks, and then it seems like every van that we've done after that, they're all our racks that you see on our website. Now mine, if you go on our website and look at the Dune build, that one's mine. That one we did a little bit differently. I put the safari style lights on the front, like 9 or 8 across, and it looks pretty badass. Yeah. So whatever you want, I mean, we can do it, which is cool. I mean, there's not too many custom van builders out there anymore, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I think,
they're semi-custom.
Or they're semi-custom, so it's really not full custom. What is it you like to say? Your floor plan is our floor plan.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of my motto. Yeah, your floor plan is my floor plan.
Yeah. So and if you go to our website, I think you'll see that not one single van is the same. You'll go in, and we have different layouts. We have different types of orientation, because we have people and customers that come in and say, hey, this is my lifestyle, and this is what we're using it for.
And kind of cool with us is we'll have customers that have done research on stuff, and they go, hey, have you heard of this? And we're like, I've heard of it, but we haven't installed it. Well, this is what I want, and they've done the research for us, and then we install it for them, and it's like, oh, that thing's pretty cool. I actually like that. Now, if I ever did a van, I would put that in my van this time. So because we learn stuff from our customers too, which is pretty cool because
Yeah, it's cool because if you go to other companies,
it's kind of like hand in hand. It's like you're like, hey, I want this on my van, and
yeah,
I don't care how you do it, but that's what I want on my van.
Yeah, like if you go to a car dealership like Audi tomorrow and say, hey, I want this, but can you put this in it? They're gonna tell you no.
Yeah.
And that's with I'd say probably 85% of van builders now, right?
Yeah.
Would you say that?
Yeah, I'd say yeah.
Yeah. Why do you think that is?
Well, it comes down to it's a business again, and so not to bash anybody. There's so many great builders and stuff out there. I think it just comes down to like, hey, I'm making good money, and
yeah, why would we change? And,
why would he change it? Nothing's wrong with it, and now it's kind of an assembly line, and you're, hey, we got 5 floor plans to choose from, and you pick your colors and all that, and
do you think those companies are bigger than than us?
Bigger like how? I mean, yeah, they are bigger than me.
I'm
just one and a couple workers.
And is that what makes us different though? Is that
totally?
Hey,
I mean,
like our scale is so concise. Is that you're hands on?
I mean, we're personable. When you call, you're calling me. When something's wrong with your van, you're talking to me.
You don't really have anything wrong with
vans. But I'm just saying, it's if there's something.
Yeah,
if there's something, you're talking to me. I mean, it's not like here you're talking to my secretary or one of my workers or my mechanic or my.
Yeah.
It's me. So that's what I think a lot of our customers love that.
Yeah. I think that a lot of people love that too.
And they love hanging out with us too. They come to, can we go to the show with you guys?
Yeah. It's like, I feel like, it's like family at the end of the day, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what would you say? I guess the takeaway.
So get your build for the next one. So if you'll be the next one in line to go with our next
exactly
our next show.
If you want to be family, let just contact us. This guy's doing the Godfather over here. If you guys aren't watching this, if you guys are listening to the Spotify podcast, this guy's doing the Godfather with the little Tommy DeVito, New York Giants.
I'm actually Hispanic, but I'm a wannabe Polynesian guy. I don't know.
You're a good-looking Hispanic man.
Hey, take it easy.
Yeah, you look like I don't know what's that one guy? Not George Lopez.
Hey, take it easy.
Mario Lopez.
Hey,
this guy looks like Mario Lopez.
Mario Lopez.
This guy looks like Mario Lopez.
I'd rather be Jason Momoa though.
Yeah.
So, anyways, back to the vans.
Anyways, he thinks he's Jason Momoa. I'd say he's like the Walmart version.
Yeah, Walmart version. That's all good. I'll take that.
Great value, like bottom shelf, 99 cents. Thrown under the kicked in the. I'm joking.
Exclusively at Walmart only.
We are not endorsed by Walmart, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, but if we want to,
we'll do Target.
Yeah, right.
It's all good.
No, actually.
Anyways, back to the vans though.
I don't support Target. So I guess right now we're coming on. I don't know how many minutes we're coming on, but what is your takeaway? Okay, I'm coming in. I'm somebody with a fresh that knows nothing about the vans. I need a consult.
Yeah. So
where do we start? What do you tell me?
So first of all, since I am a very small business and it's like myself and two, is I'll actually talk to you on the phone. We'll kind of go back and forth a little bit with some texting because I give you my personal cell phone number. Then I kind of have you send me like your wishes and wants, like everything you want. Like give me everything, even if you're not sure you want it. Then I'm going to ask you like what you're using it for, because I've before I was a van builder, I was a contractor. Kitchens and baths was my forte. So I kind of have not to brag, but I kind of have the eye and stuff, and some things you don't really need. So I'll kind of like, once you tell me like what you're going to use it for, or kids, or, whatever, pets and all that, I'm going to tell, okay, well, this and this. And then, of course, what's your budget? Because that's the biggest thing, because, we need to know what we're working with. And so then we actually have you come in, we sit down. Once you seem like you're, okay, we're kind of on the next step to, I'm really interested. Because if I sat down with everybody, I'm never going to get any work done. So, and I put a timeline on these vans to get done. So it's fair. It's got to be fair for my customers to have them get their van done. But yeah, we'll sit down and kind of go over everything. And I mean that's kind of how it works. So
now let's say, hey, like I'm somebody, I just can't afford it. What would you advise me to do? But hey, I just bought a van. That's my dream.
What do you mean? Like I can't afford it? Like I can't afford
to
build,
or I can't afford to build. Like,
well, we do.
Is it possible for me to do it myself?
Totally. And you know what? We have had a couple of people who were like, I just can't afford that, and I don't expect everybody to say, oh yeah, I can pull the trigger, no problem.
Yeah.
But I have people have actually called me, and I've actually kind of steered them in the right direction of like,
Yeah.
hey, you need to do this. Hey, you need this. Hey, I have some templates. You're welcome to come over and trace them, and if you need some help or
Oh,
something.
that's cool.
And I've done that. So it's like I don't know, and
that's cool because not I'd say not a lot of people would do that.
Yeah, but it's just
And then
I love what I do. I'm very blessed to be doing this, and so every once in a while I give back, and it's like I'm not like, hey, you owe me money because I fixed this. Or I gave you this. It's
I mean, I've personally seen him. He does a free work for a lot of people.
It's all good.
All he asks for is a 5-star Google review. Which,
5-star.
Which half of the time they don't even give him one.
It's all good.
It's all good though. But to YouTube University.
Yeah.
Yeah,
totally.
if you can't afford to go to college, I went to the University of YouTube, and I've actually been blessed to have multiple degrees, one of them being the University of YouTube. And I'd say, hey, if you can't figure it out, or if you can't afford to have somebody help you and do it, go on YouTube. There are so many types of people out there that have given so much valuable information, and without expecting anything out of it. Obviously, they probably want some subs, but that's it. And there's so many good people out there, and if you just go and spend some time, watching YouTube, some research. There's so many blogs out there. There's a couple that are better than others. I mean, you could probably have your van built in a few months if you really worked at it every day.
Yep.
And they turn out pretty good. So, and we've personally seen that ourselves.
Yeah, we've seen some guys come in. Who was that? Robert that just came in.
Yeah, Robert from
that guy
Rancho,
did his own, and
Cucamonga
I'm like, hey, you want to work for me? Your stuff's like really good. And
Yeah,
he's like, thanks.
uh-huh.
He's like totally proud, and we what did we do? We put the air conditioner in for him, the windows.
You did a lot for him.
But we did some stuff for him. But he pretty much tackled
he
the
did
rest of the build.
He did all his upholstery himself.
Yeah,
he did all his electrical himself.
So there's things that we'll get customers in here just for us to do certain things for them, and then they want to tackle the build, and I'm like, just call me and ask me questions or come by.
Yeah,
and,
and we've done that before where they do it kind of in phases. Like, hey, can you do the installation, electrical, wiring, and wall paneling, which we do.
Yeah.
And then they come back, a few months later, and we'll do a little bit more, and they've done some work on it. But
and I will tell you that we have learned many times you need to have a game plan for sure.
Yeah,
even us, even on this build, which I love this van.
But this van that we're in right now was technically only like your third build.
And I had no game plan. I was just like, oh, I'm gonna put this. Oh, I'm gonna put this. And so I didn't really have like a big game plan. But you definitely need a game plan, because even we see these guys that are like, oh, I'm gonna build the van myself. So we help them do some stuff, and then they take it on themselves, and then they come back like months later and go, hey, can you put this in for? And then they go, man, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have,
Yeah.
So
we've seen some pretty bad vans because.
Yeah, but even guys that come in with the nice vans, like even like Robert the other day, he was just like, oh, I wish I had something. He was talking to us about the cabinets up here. I wish I had
some different type of cabinets.
He ordered some cabinets from a company, which I won't say, but he ordered them, and then he was kind of like, yeah, I wish I had something custom here, because if you can see ours, they're shorter.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if they can see them.
But
might
anyways,
be able to.
But yeah, anyways, that was kind of.
Yeah.
It's definitely, and that's what I do. I sit there and figure out your game plan, and
So, I guess takeaway from all this, guy. Well, first and foremost, thank you for, if anybody even is listening or watching, we appreciate that. Number one, first and foremost.
And we're gonna be actually trying to funny, because I'm actually kind of a funny guy. So is Christian.
He actually is pretty funny. He's a little timid, but he's getting.
I'm not. Yeah, like I told you last time, I'm not very good in front of the camera.
He's working. So
yeah. So.
He'll be funny one day.
And then some of like we go to the van shows, I'm out there with my hula, my fire stick, which is a Samoan fire dancing.
Yeah, if you ever go to Hawaii to a luau and those guys spin the fire, that's what he does.
Yeah, I'm doing it, and one day you're gonna see it legitly on one of these. So
that's legitness.
All right. So
all right. Well, I guess. All right. So takeaway. I guess this is the end. This is the end.
Okay.
First and foremost, thank you. Thank you for listening. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
This guy will be funny. He is funny one day. He'll be extra funny. Two, I don't know, we had 2 or 3. Hey, thank you. All right, we're going to cut that part. No, we're not. But takeaway, if you're looking into the van industry, give us a call. We'd love to help. Annabella, our secretary for right now, who happens to be my sister, would steer you in the right direction. But do your research, number one, first and foremost. Create a budget, number two. And then once you get that van, please make sure that you have a game plan and what you want to do. Start, if you're a terrible drawer, you still need to start figuring out and drawing things yourself. Go
Somewhat, yeah.
Somewhat, and figure it out, and then we can help you along the way.
Yeah.
Or four, have your van built by us, the best in the biz. Thank you guys for our episode, watching, and then we'll see you guys on the next one.
Yeah.
We don't know what we're going to talk about, but hey, we'll see you on the next one.
Shoot us some questions so we can.
We really love the feedback.
Yeah, we're just kind of going as we go.
What do you have to say? What's
Thanks.
your closing?
Thanks for watching. Bossy out, man.
Thanks for watching, Bossi. All right, bye.